Hello everyone and welcome to the 2026 Corvette E-Ray. This is an awesome vehicle. We've been driving it over the course of this week and I have quite a lot to say about this really unique powertrain system in this Corvette. And we have the new interior for 2026, so there's quite a lot to talk about. And as of just recently of this video, Corvette just announced that the Grand Sport essentially will be replacing this E-Ray for the 2027 model year with the Grand Sport X. Pretty much the exact same concept, just with the new 6.7 liter V8 versus this 6.2, which is outgoing. Total system power here is like 655 horsepower between the around 495 horsepower engine in the back. And of course we have the eMotor up front on the front axle here. You can see our battery percentage charge with these really cool performance gauges that are all configurable and customizable as well. And same thing with our little pilot screen over here. We can kind of see all those same gauges, which is really cool. We have our two customizable drive modes. We have our Z mode, which is really more for aggressive driving modes. So you have a lot more adjustment here, performance traction management systems here we can adjust, and a lot more in-depth features. Otherwise, our regular drive modes from Sport, Track, Tour, and there is a My mode right above here, is more of a Tour My mode, essentially, not really a aggressive My mode for that particular setting. We have a front camera here for our front splitter section, as well as the front lift system, which is really great. New wireless charging mats, new climate buttons in here. Everything's really fantastic. This is a really high quality cabin. Definitely check out our full tour and review if you want to see that, but we're gonna go take this thing out on a drive and see how it is out on the roads. We'll start off in sport mode. Why not? Car is mildly warm right now as well. It's been running for a little bit. Reverse, also reversing cameras. And what's also really cool up front is we have these really great dual front cameras. So you have quite a lot of views, no full 360 view, but you do get a lot of great camera views here. Drive is really easy. Forced manual mode. These are carbon paddle shifters here, which is great. And let's head off. Of course, we have Apple CarPlay, which is an awesome feature. Nothing like a good V8 roar in the morning. This car is amazing. And right off the bat, the thing that really impresses me is the standard magneride on this E-Ray. It's nuts how good it is. I'll pop it into tour mode here for a second for you guys. We'll put it in its most tame setting. This is where the magneride also gets the most comfortable, but you can adjust that in any settings. It feels like a Cadillac V Blackwing product or a Cadillac V Sport product, in the sense that it can be so unbelievably comfortable around town. It genuinely shocked me. And the cabin's so comfortable as well. It really kind of complements that as well, which is pretty nice. The engine turns on and off there with stop start, which you can deactivate. We also have cylinder deactivation in this tour mode here, so it will go into a V4 mode. But to get rid of that, you just pop it into sport, and then all of that kind of just stops happening. You can even turn off auto stop start there for yourself. Tour mode also kind of prioritizes using those front E-axles a little bit more often, whereas in sport and track, it's purely a performance-based system there. And around town, again, it's surprisingly easy and not intimidating to drive. Visibility is incredible around the front view. The back, it's quite terrible. Thank gosh we have this camera system here to see it behind us, because otherwise you won't be. Steering, interesting this week. It gets really artificially stiffened up in like track and sport mode, and you know, the steering ratio itself is quick. It's a really quick front end. We have a staggered tire set up on here, so the front tires are quite narrower than the rear, but you can see we have quite a reactive front end, but the feedback and the direct feel is not super there. Especially if I pop it into tour mode, it gets rather on the light end of it. And then track mode, for example, of course, like I mentioned, you can adjust the steering individually in the My modes, but you can see it's really heavy. in this mode right here. Really, really heavy. I don't dislike it, but I would like a little bit more feedback from those front wheels. It does feel quite disconnected in that sense. Until you really start, you know, getting on the car and kind of pushing through corners, you do kind of feel a little bit more feel coming from there. But, you know, with the e-axle, that electric motor powering those front wheels, there's a strong like, pulling effect that happens. It's not torque steer whatsoever, but you definitely do notice that. And in all the best ways, actually, it's quite exhilarating how it rockets out of a corner. But you can see right now we're in V4 mode. And another cool thing is that if you want maximum battery performance, for example, or you want to go into the stealth mode before you turn the vehicle on the next time, you can force the battery to be kind of fully charged by pressing this recharge button here. The revs jump up, and I can show you on this performance page right here. You can see it in this corner. The battery is rapidly charging up really quickly. It's only a 1.9 kilowatt hour unit here, so it's quite tiny, but it can rapidly charge up. Now, I learned that this also happens in track mode. Because I popped it into track mode and the battery was rapidly charging up. So I'm assuming the Corvette engineers were like, oh, they're going to want full power all the time in track mode. So we're going to make sure that hybrid battery is always charged. So that's a pretty cool thing to see as well. Brakes, standard carbon ceramic brakes on the E-Ray, which is nuts. We also have those carbon fiber wheels on this particular one, so that helps to reduce the unsprung mass just a little bit. But, you know, with the reduced steering feel, I don't know if the overall benefit's really there, other than them looking cool. You can kind of hear that electric sound they're pumping in as well. I actually quite like it. I thought it was going to be a little bit too much, but it adds to the experience. But the carbon ceramics are fantastic. They stop on a dime. Obviously, I can't really test this out on track. We don't have that capability. But around town, and if you find yourself on a twisty road, you're going to have no issues. And there is a mild regenerative braking effect as well with the hybrid system up front, which actually helps quite a lot. It's not a negative of this vehicle whatsoever. But again, around town, the E-Ray is surprisingly wonderful to live with. I totally could daily this thing, actually. It's quite shocking. The only downside, I would say, is that front end. Again, we have the camera, we have the auto location lift system here as well. But even with that, I did encounter a very mild scraping incident this week underneath the splitter section, just because of how low that front end of this vehicle is. The ergonomics in here are really great overall. Everything's very close to you and easy to reach. I do feel like I'm sitting quite high, but the other upside of that is that you have so much adjustment with this seat. I could really go quite far back. If I'm really tall, you could just see how much room you can actually have in this cabin. So they really did build this for everyone in that aspect, and you really can just find your own perfect position in here with the power steering wheel as well. So I do really appreciate that in this C8 E-Ray we have here as well. I'll pop it into sport mode as we head out onto the highway. Now we do have a launch control setting here, which I'm not going to be using right now, but I'll overlay a video of that. Okay guys, so to make this thing a electrified Corvette, you actually have to turn it off. So you can't access the pure EV mode in this thing at all unless you turn the vehicle off. You almost have to literally restart it in this way. So you open the door, kind of reset it like this, and you press your drive mode selector down or up, and you can see this little screen loads right in front of us. So now we have the options to choose stealth and shuttle mode. So shuttle mode is for like a garage, or, you know, if you want to move your vehicle around indoors, and don't use it anywhere else but those places, because you can't, the engine won't kick on actually until you restart the vehicle again. Stealth mode though is where you can drive on the on the roads actually. So we're going to test that out right now. So we pop it into stealth mode, power on the Corvette. very silent experience we have right now. Pretty cool. We have 99% state of charge, so I was charging it up basically from driving before, which is pretty cool. It's a small 1.9 kilowatt hour battery pack right in the center. It's like a 300 volt architecture here. And let's drive in electric mode. And the cool thing about this is that it it turns the engine on in the coolest way. You really feel like you're in a true like Le Mans race car, these hybrids these days. So right now it's front wheel drive, electric only in a Corvette. I think that's so cool. You can only do like 4 miles. It's really short range. I believe it only goes up to 45 miles per hour as well before that transition kicks on, but you get a cool graphical display of that transition. If you're noticing right here how quickly this battery is being drained, again, it's not meant to be like this, but you can access this mode. It's not meant to be an efficient vehicle. It's really a performance hybrid. Now, have a look at this. We're gonna try to turn the engine on by simply just accelerating a little bit more. Oh, it feels so strange. And the engine's gonna do this awesome transition, so have a listen to this. Isn't that sick? That is one of the coolest experiences I think I've had in a vehicle for quite some time. So you can feel like you're a Le Mans racer basically these days now in a Corvette E-Ray. And we also have a variety of performance traction management systems. Turn-in is fantastic. It's such a surreal feeling because you could, you know, kind of almost short shift with the V8, but the eMotors are still going, so you still have that acceleration, which is just, it's a wild experience in this thing. It's quite amazing. Downshifts on the 8-speed are rapid, and power and acceleration is monstrous in this E-Ray. It's really quite amazing. But you know, at the same time, it can become so docile on the highway that you can truly do a road trip in this basically supercar we have here and be rather comfortable. Now, if you're driving aggressively all the time, obviously you're not going to be getting the best fuel economy, and I don't think anyone's particularly buying a Corvette for fuel economy. But if you are someone who is really interested in this vehicle for a grand touring style road trip, you have the cargo space, right? You can actually get pretty decent fuel economy in this. And you can see over here on this side panel, you can open up our trip screen here. Over 400 miles I've driven this E-Ray. I've gotten 15.8 mpg. So yeah, no, not particularly good. But if you leave it in tour and you don't really step on it, it does the cylinder deactivation, it does the auto stop start when you come to a stop, you truly can get over 22 miles per gallon, which I did see actually on a few drives on this highway when I was not driving aggressively. So it is possible, but I've just been enjoying my overall week with this Corvette. So I would say that number is not completely true to life if you are just, you know, dailying the vehicle. So keep that in mind. And we do have quite a few safety systems. So we have front collision warning. We also have I believe some parking sensors in the rear, not up front. We do have those cameras up front there. We do have pedestrian warning as well. And we have regular cruise control. No adaptive stuff here. So that works pretty fine if you do want to just, again, road trip on a highway and not want to drive your Corvette. Goes into V4 mode there pretty quickly, and of course we can turn on and off auto stop start like I mentioned, and lane keep assist, which I have not used this week because it's a little bit naggy. I don't really like that in a performance vehicle actually. But otherwise, it's really quite comfortable in here. We have a really fantastic heads-up display that we have quite a few options to adjust, so we can make it sport, tour, or track modes, which all look really crystal clear. And you know, this whole car, as being a Corvette, is all performance focused. So all of the displays in front of me and in the heads-up display are not meant for maps. They're not meant for that stuff. All you see is your speed, your driving information, and that's it in this crazy carbon fiber leather wrapped binnacle we have up here. It's just a surreal experience. And what's really more surreal to me is how, for a super sports car, how quiet and refined it is on the highway. Yeah, for an average luxury vehicle, it's not super quiet. You still hear the engine behind you kind of roaring away a little bit. Even in the V4 mode, you can kind of hear the difference between it and the V8 mode there. A little bit of some tire noise coming in, wind noise, a little bit from the sides, but for this type of vehicle, generally it's really quiet in here. And how you're still able to hear the exhausts and everything, and the pops and the cracks from the exhaust, I think that's amazing. I think they did a great job with that. It's so comfortable with the magneride on the highway. Like I mentioned, you truly can do road tripping in this thing and not beat yourself up. These seats are absolutely top tier. They are fantastically comfortable, heated, cooled, insane amounts of adjustment here. They hold you on the upper portion. I'd like a little bit more bolstering on the lower section if I was, you know, doing a little bit more track or more spirited driving more often, but generally they're pretty fine. And you know, this is great. This is my first experience in a C8 platformed vehicle, and it's the E-Ray. It's a special one, and I'm impressed. I'm very excited to hopefully eventually drive, you know, Z06, Z01s and the like in the future, because this is a really amazing first impression. And yeah, it's the 2026 interior, it's the upgraded bits. So it's been improved and refined quite a lot since then. And what's even more insane is we have a 14 speaker Bose Performance Series audio system in this cabin. I haven't really used it too much. I've kind of been enjoying the sounds of the car, but it's punchy, really extremely bass heavy. I think a way too bass heavy, even for me, who I like some bass in my music, but you got it. So if you want to listen to some, you know, awesome music, you can do that in this C8 Corvette. And again, go on your road trip and be on your way. And then turn on the engine, shut off the audio when you get to a nice road, and just enjoy that experience then and there. As always, guys, though, thank you for joining us on yet another full tour, review, and drive at Allcarnews. And stay tuned for more coming soon as we now end up in our awful daily morning commute traffic. Cheers.